my book and wax friends. I am Amber. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Welcome back if you are returning. Today's video is a December haul, the last haul of the year for me. So these are some books that I got in December, including some subscription boxes, which I'll save until the end. So let's jump into it. I got a ton of Christmas books. First of all, that I want to share with you guys. So the first one is one that I am reading, and if you watched my TBR jar prompt picks, this was one of the ones that was chosen, and that is Chasing Cheer by Heather Schneider. And this is a magical Christmas romance about a girl named Holly Claus. Yes, from the Santa Claus. So Holly is the daughter of Santa and his Mrs. Claus, and she has taken over the family business, and she has to find cheer, which is what kind of powers the North Pole, and she comes across a lot of cheer in this one town called Emerald Hollow, and so she's trying to figure out why there's so much cheer there. And there's a guy that comes to play and all those things. So I'm about halfway through the book and I am enjoying it. Okay, this was my favorite Christmas book of last year, or technically I read it in January of this year. So that is Just Like Magic by Sarah Hogel. And this was so cute. Magical, about the Christmas spirit, holiday spirit. Anyway, about a girl who is kind of down on her luck, and she ends up calling forth the spirit of Christmas, and he is there to try and make her not be a Grinch, is pretty much what it is. And it's so fun and cute and adorable. Next up, I got this one from a library sale, these next two actually. The first one is Snowed In by Catherine Walsh, and this is the second book I just read this month, Holiday Romance, and this is set in the same universe. It's about a different brother from the family, from the brother in the first book. And so this is about a girl named Megan and then Christian, and there's a fake dating situation that ends up happening. He takes her home, pretends she's his girlfriend, that sort of thing. So I'm sure romance ensues. And then the next one from the library sale is A Wish for Christmas. This is by Courtney Cole. I actually have no idea what this one's about because the cover is what drew me to it. It's so pretty. And this says, 2 weeks till Christmas. Noelle is not in a great place. After several years of marriage, she and her husband Jonah are quietly drifting apart. The only time they really talk at all anymore is when they walk their dog Elliot. And even then, it usually ends in bickering. When one snowy day, Elliot manages to slip his leash, they find him blocks away in the care of a mysterious old man who asks them to make a wish on an old snow globe. Eager to get their dog safely home, they agree to his strange request. Neither one realize that the wish they're about to make will change the course of their lives, possibly forever. So some magical realism elements to it, seems like. Looks like it'll be cute. Next is Christmas with a Crank by Crank by Courtney Walsh. I really enjoy Courtney Walsh's books. She writes women's fiction / romance books, and they're all clean fiction. So this one I'm excited to get to. I haven't actually ever read any of her Christmassy books yet, so this one I've heard is really good. So this is A Second Chance with Your First Crush. Doesn't happen often. For Liam Fisher, that first crush was his next-door neighbor, Olive Witherby. Childhood was lazy summers, treehouse stargazing, and endless games of hide-and-seek at Pine Creek, the Christmas tree farm that's been in Liam's family for generations. When Liam moves away, he and Olive say goodbye the only way they know how, with a fumbling first kiss neither of them have ever forgotten. Even though 12-year-old's promises of keeping in touch feel eternal, time and distance eventually make Olive and Liam practically strangers. 20 years later, Liam's parents announce they're retiring and selling the tree farm. And 20 years later, grown-up Olive is stuck. Her work life is a lot like her love life, floundering. After a humiliating business failure, loads of debt, and one too many laughable first dates, she's in no hurry to put herself out there again in business or in romance. When Olive is hired by Liam's parents to rekindle the lost magic of the farm one final time before it's sold, she sets out to make this the last best Pine Creek Christmas for the town and for a very cranky, not so talkative, surprisingly attractive Liam. Part of her mission, convince the crank to fall in love with Christmas. The other part, not fall head over heels in the process. So, sounds so cute. All right, the next one is When Ivy Met Mr. Holiday by Jennifer Peel. And this is a fake dating, like famous person type of story. Oscar Wilde once said, "Between men and women, there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship." Ha, wrong, dead wrong, and I can totally prove it. For the last 7 years, I've been just friends with Jack Holiday. Yes, that Jack Holiday. The swoon-worthy, ridiculously famous, self-proclaimed king of the silver screen. Passion, love, worship, please, unless you count how much Jack worships himself. Take that, Oscar. Then Jack drops a bombshell. He wants to come home with me for the holidays. The guy who's never cared about Christmas suddenly wants to play Mr. Holiday. Worse, he needs me to pretend to be his fake girlfriend to save him from his ex. If that wasn't bad enough, he's laughing with my nieces and nephews, charming my family, and being utterly infuriatingly adorable. So, it looks cute. Then the last one I have is The 12 Dates of Christmas. This is by Jenny Bayliss. And this one is about a girl named Kate. 34-year-old Kate Turner is ready to say bah humbug. The sleepy town of Blexford, England, isn't exactly brimming with prospects. And anyway, Kate's found fulfillment in her career as a designer and in her delicious side job baking for her old friend Matt's neighborhood cafe. But then her best friend signs her up for a dating agency that promises to help singles find love before the holidays. 23 days until Christmas, 12 dates with 12 different men. The odds must finally be in her favor, right? Yet with each new date more disastrous than the one before and the whole town keeping tabs on her misadventures, Kate must remind herself that sometimes love, like mistletoe, shows up where it's least expected. It looks cute. All right, moving on, I have an Illumicrate box and a Fairyloot this month. So let's look at what we have in here. Pretty. So this is a book. I was excited when I saw the original cover. The original cover is really pretty too. If I end up loving this book, I might get the original as well. To add to my collection. It is The Bookshop Below by Georgia Summers. Just came out this month or the end of November, one or the other. And let me get this plastic wrap off. Oh, it's so pretty. So The Bookshop Below, so pretty. And then the back says the bookshop must have an owner. And then, oh yeah, I love the sprayed edges that have like bookshelves on them. The Study in Drowning ones do as well. I don't have the set, but I've been tempted because I love them so much. The Study in Drowning and The Theory of Dreaming. I don't know, the sequel to The Study in Drowning. But look at that. Look how cute. Oh, I love it. And then let's see what the top. Cute. And the bottom. That is so pretty. Okay, let's look and see if there's no reversible dust jacket on this one. But look at the naked hardcover, and it's a shiny material with some foiling. That's pretty. Sorry, let me see if I can turn this off. It's kind of light today, finally. There we go. That's better. That's pretty. And then the spine, there's no, what is that? Looks like we have some sort of creature right there. And then the back, that's pretty. Okay, and then let's look at the inside. We do have end paper art. I have no clue who either of these people are. And then end paper art on that as well. Looks like she was just in a battle. Something happened in that one. Okay, let's see if there is any sort of inside. There is a letter from the author. And let's see if there is a map at all. No map, but that is really pretty. I really like the sprayed edges of this one. It's so cute. I love it. I love it. I have a weakness for books, about books. So the bookshop below, very, very pretty. Okay, and then finally is Fairyloot. And this is November's young adult book. Yeah, young adult. And oh, this is pretty. This is very, very pretty. I love, well, I'll show you. It has green foiling. How neat is that? So this is 7 Deadly Thorns by Amber Hamilton. And I just realized that I didn't give you the synopsis from the bookshop below. Let me see real quick because it's going to bug me otherwise. So this is, if you want a story that will change your life, Kyron's Bookshop is where you go. For those lucky enough to grace its doors, it's a glimpse into a world of deadly bargains and powerful magical books. For Cassandra Fairfax, it's a reminder of everything she lost when Kyron kicked her out and all but shuttered the shop. Since then, she's used her skills in less ethical ways, trading stolen books and magical readings to wealthy playboys looking for power money can't buy. Then Kyron dies, and if Cassandra knows anything, it's this: the bookshop must always have an owner. To restore the shop, she'll need the help of Lowell Sharp, a rival bookseller who is everything Cassandra is not and knows it too. But as she is plunged into a world of unscrupulous collectors, deadly ink magic, and shady societies, a dark force threatens to unravel the bookshops entirely. Okay, that sounds good. Very good. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, back to the Fairyloot. So this is like almost like buttery soft, the dust jacket on this one. Very, very nice. So 7 Deadly Thorns, Amber Hamilton. There we go. On the back it says, "Let there be darkness." And then, ooh, the sprayed edges. There's like a, what are those moths called? I know they're in Silence of the Lambs. No art, just sprayed edges on the ends, but that's really pretty. If I remember, I'll put down what it's called. I think they're called like death moths or something almost, but I could be completely wrong. Who knows? Okay, and then the inside, I think this cover, well, different colors. I think it's blue, like a teal blue in the original, but I think the US cover and the UK cover are the same, if I'm remembering right. But it is like white and green for this one. All right, and then the Naked hardcover. That's pretty. Again, green foiling. Very pretty. And oh, look at the spine. That is pretty. I love the font on that. That's so pretty. And then the back. Oh, I love that. That is so neat. Okay. Then pretty. The end papers, more green foiling. So it looks like it's going to be like a dark academia setting. Some sort of school setting is happening. And it almost looks like, I was going to say, I don't think this is another Hermione retelling. But with the silver white-haired guy and then the brown-haired girl, it makes me feel like it is. But I don't think it is. Oh, let me see if there is. Okay, there is a letter from the author along with the signature. Let's see if there's a map. I'm a fan of maps. I always love the maps. Oh, they do have a pronunciation guide, so that's cool. And then let's see. No map in this one either, dang. But that's okay. So let's look and see what this one is about. And oops. Sorry, I'm trying to get that. I'm having troubles. All right, I'm just going to do the synopsis from the little insert because it's a more concise synopsis. So, Seven Deadly Thorns by Amber Hamilton. Our featured book of the month is Seven Deadly Thorns. The Queen's assassin has 7 days to hunt the girl who could destroy him or forfeit his own life. But when he's forced into a deadly bargain and a fake betrothal, oh, that's one of my favorite tropes. Secrets ignite. Sorry, I always forget to bring my glasses. Secrets ignite and something far more dangerous begins. Yay, that makes me excited. I am a fan of the marriage of convenience, fake marriage trope, one of my favorites. So that makes me very excited. This is so pretty. This is very pretty. So 7 Deadly Thorns. So that is it, you guys. Those are all the books that I got for December. Do any of these sound good to you? Have you read any of these Christmas books? And what are your thoughts on them? Like I said, out of all of them, I mean, I haven't read the others really yet. I highly recommend this book. If you are into more magical Christmas romance stories, this is so good. And there is no hanky-panky in this one. There is no open door scenes at all. And there's a little bit of language, but as far as content goes. So I know this one is okay in that regard. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Merry Christmas, happy Vlogmas, Bookmas, all those things. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I will see you again soon. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.